One, two. Different, being raised in Black Harlem. But I lived in the projects first 21 years of my life. Then I lived in the South Bronx. I worked my way down here when I was about, I can't remember. I mean, about 28 years ago, almost 30 years ago, I've been here in the South. It is completely different in terms of uh, when I came back here to Charlotte, it was like taking a step back in time about 25, 30 years. People were friendly, people were nice. You made eye contact, you talked with folks. You don't do that in New York. You don't do that. Um, if not, if you want to survive or if you don't want to get hit upside your head. But it was really nice. I mean, people here in the South were very friendly. But I also found out that the friendliness of the Southerners was false friendliness. In other words, if you weren't part of the clique, part of the group, you weren't really accepted. So everyone was smiling to your face, but you don't really necessarily know who was genuine or not. So that was more or less what my experience has been. Variety and diversity. God, I miss good Chinese food and good Greek food. I mean, it's just the variety, the ability to walk from Chinatown and go across the street, and now you're in Little Italy, and then the ability to go down to the village and see the differences in culture and diversity is wonderful. Down here, that's beginning, but like I said, we're still 30, 40 years behind the times. The safety, I didn't have to worry about getting mugged when I'm walking down the street, although that was enough to concern anybody. Yeah, I think safety and security, peace and quietness. I'm not a party person, so when it comes to partying, that does not really happen that much here. I mean, not in comparison to New York. People think they do, but they don't. Very much so, except, well, housing is, everything else is not. Food is the same, clothing is the same, housing is wonderful. When we were in New York, when we first moved here, we were paying $565 a month for rent. You can actually buy a house for that much down here, and we were shocked. So housing was wonderful. Everything else was more or less the same. Puerto Rico, that island country. Unemployment in Puerto Rico right now is about 16%. It's very difficult. Um, and if you're bilingual in Puerto Rico, you can get employment. Best employment in Puerto Rico is with the government. It's a very, it's not what you know, but who you know on the island. So for myself, for example, I'd have to go to where my family lives in order to make a connection and go from there. But if I was to go to a town in Puerto Rico, unless I know someone there, I'd probably end up in the streets.
No.
No, we all look like in Puerto Rico. No, we're all Puerto Ricans, and Puerto Ricans are we're a unique group, so to speak. My pleasure.